What's up, guys? It's Progress J, aka the micro content strategist, man, and I am here with a phenomenal, talented, and amazing woman all the way out of Atlanta, Georgia. Please welcome Julia, the CEO.
Hey, everybody. How are you?
What's up?
Happy to be on the show. Well, as he said, my name is Julia, CEO. I am the proud founder of NUMAG Group Atlanta, where we specialize in helping small to mid-sized business owners build their businesses, but also make them profitable as well through graphic design, brand systems, brand activations, as well as web design as well.
How did you originally get started in your industry?
I got started at the age of 15 working in marketing and radio promo. So being their youngest intern in corporate history, I got to learn how to really work with brands and also figure out what it is that they want and connect with and how to connect them to their actual customers. So we did a lot of like street team, guerrilla marketing tactics just to really like spread the word out there. And from then it's just been a go.
Dope. That is amazing. Not a lot of people get that experience at such a young age. How did that kind of motivate you, but also make you a mature woman to kind of embrace this role as founder and CEO?
Well, I really just want to say like my boss at that job, her name was Valerie, and she pretty much told me, at the end of the day, if I'm serious about making an impact and making it known who I am in this industry, I have to step up and I can't be afraid to talk to people. And that pretty much gave me, I guess, the permission to go after what it is that I wanted and just full-fledged start running.
What would you say is your brand identity?
My brand identity is just being a boutique agency that actually cares and respects our customers and respects their brands. The biggest thing is understanding that, again, they're trying to get to that large scale and that enterprise scale. So taking where they are now and taking their vision and actually like executing it to its fullest potential is pretty much our brand identity.
That's amazing. You put so much emphasis on the team, and I love that. And that's what a CEO should do. So I respect that of you. And I think that you take a lot of integrity in that. How is it like, and what is it like working with entrepreneurs from all different backgrounds?
It is actually probably one of the coolest things ever. And I say that is cool because just seeing how amazing their brains are and how they think and just how they process things and their creativity and allowing them to step outside the box and then also using your own skills to like amplify it even more, it just creates this amazing masterpiece.
No, for sure. I understand that. That's totally correct. Me, myself, as an entrepreneur, I think I find so many ways to stay creative and create that masterpiece. But also, you have to look for the right help and be able to know when that opportunity comes to take advantage of your business and brand to expand. How do you help entrepreneurs expand within your role as a development agency?
So really we take again what their vision is and then also talk to them about what is your long-term plan, right? A lot of entrepreneurs, you think that because you're a small business, you have to think small. And we really want you to think big, like what does your money goals actually look like? And what are the steps that it would take us to help you get there? So we're taking it beyond just doing it a cool website for you or doing some cool social media content. We're actually trying to get down to the algorithm of how can your business be profitable and successful and actually grow and not just stay stagnant and flatline, which is something that a lot of people do because they don't necessarily know what are all those steps look like.
I totally agree. I remember starting this business that I'm in right now in May of 2020, and I know I didn't have some of the budgeting and branding that I have, but being able to team with the agency like the FAMCO has allowed me to delegate, but also expand. So for those entrepreneurs that are out there that are just starting off, how would you all be able to help them with the limited budget?
So pretty much again, we look at where you're at. So if you're in the ideation phase where you just have the idea, I'll work with you one on one. We'll do weekly coaching sessions to where we'll figure out, okay, how can we take your idea and turn it into a profitable business structure? And then from there, we just outline everything. So I've actually had a lot of our customers get started at that phase, and they only started paying, $250 a month, and it was simple as that. So again, you're going from not making a huge investment, because a lot of people, they put the cart before the horse. You're paying for a website, domain name, and you don't even know what your business is.
I love that structure, and I think that that's something that a lot of entrepreneurs get so like entangled in, if we will. Shout out Jada and
Right.
Will Smith, but I think that so many times we think about the big picture before focusing on the small steps, and that's what I wanted to kind of outline within this interview, is that the whole fact that you take brands, their ideas and their visions, and allow them to create a culture. How would you say your brand as NUMAG has embraced a culture of helping entrepreneurs?
Well, I know one of the key values that I definitely have talked to and coached all of our employees on is just having integrity, but also having the notion to just want to serve people and give people your very best effort, right? Nobody wants to feel like they're getting, half of your effort or half of your value, right? So it's understanding that we have to push the envelope. We have to push past what is considered normal or what's going on as a regular trend right now, and focus on how can we help them specifically and give 150% if possible to actually gain real results. So it's just really a matter of understanding the value of service. And if I give value, you'll receive value. And the cycle just continues, and just kind of creating that energy force of everybody is giving and serving. So nobody is ever left feeling like they ended up with the short end of the stick.
I respect that so much, and I think that there's so many value and so much value, so many gems for you all out there that are listening to this conversation. Please don't take it for granted. This young lady has worked her way up and now is a boss in her own right. I want to dig more into the aspect of being able to create a foundation with principles that an entrepreneur can stand on when they sign with NUMAG. So,
Mhm.
in terms of kind of creating that philosophy, if you will, that you all stand so firm on at NUMAG, how would you be able to help someone transition amid a pandemic that we're in right now?
Well, getting them to change their focus, right? So you can either focus on a problem, or you can focus on solving the problem, right? So again, yes, we are in a pandemic, but that doesn't mean that your options are limited. Your options have actually expanded because everybody is digital now. Like even the people who weren't digital, they're like, all right, I'm digital. So it's like a plethora of like doors have opened up at this time to where there's nothing to be scared of. In fact, you should be excited. And that's one of the things that I try to like help our clients with is, again, where's your mindset at? Are you excited about this new business? Like you need to be excited about this. Like the fact that you stepped off the porch and said, I'm gonna go after my passion, I'm gonna go after my dream. So you have to have that tenacity, because it's going to keep fueling you to go forward even in the midst of a pandemic.
I respect that. I respect that so much, and I actually think that you're right on point with that topic and also that perspective, because so many of us find that this pandemic is something that has allowed us to stumble or fall or so just go out
Right.
and blaze and everything in flame. But I think that what you present right now is an opportunity to give people that solution. And so one of the things that I wanted to kind of tap into is that how have you found creativity during a pandemic?
Really looking at everything. So the news, what's going on in the world, looking at the joy that people still seem to find, even with the TikTok videos, and just, creating entertainment when everything was shut down. So it's just a matter of picking from that and using it as inspiration and say, okay, how can we take these feel good moments that are still, happening, that are still going on and still keeping people laughing and smiling? How can we create that in a marketing strategy? How can we create that in a brand strategy for you? And just really, again, picking up off of real people, real emotions, and real things that we can all relate to.
Yes, 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 definitely. I love the aspect of being able to definitely pivot during a time of chaos and uncertainty. I think the best ideas come from when those times that we are uncomfortable as a culture. So, moving
Right.
forward as Black kings and queens, how do you see the structure of generational wealth and economic inclusion building within our community down there in Atlanta and even along the East Coast for Black entrepreneurs?
I see it as everybody now, especially in our generation, is wanting to create that change, right? More than ever. So we're not waiting on, our parents to give it to us. We're just like, I'm gonna Google University this joint till the wheels fall off. But at the same instance, we're taking that initiative, we're staying motivated, we're motivating each other, right? Which I think is something that social media has helped us be able to do, because a lot of people are like, oh, social media is bad, it's negative, it, messes up your self-confidence. But really, I see a lot of motivational posts. I see a lot of people like, keep going, keep grinding, keep posting. We see you, so it's a matter of, we're in an era of cheering each other on to the finish line, but also like, hey, I see you're tired. Let's collaborate. I'll help you. Let's pick this thing up and keep running all the way to the end goal. So I think
Yes,
generational wealth is here now.
exactly, exactly. And you say that, and I love that statement. Generational wealth is here. And I think that right now, wealth comes in the form of collaborating, connecting, and building as a culture to help every business owner take that next step so that next year, a year down the road from now, we have a culture of Black entrepreneurs in every industry so that when we come to global stages or stages where we need people in positions of power, we can have
Right.
those Black faces to speak for the communities. How important is it amid social injustice and police brutality to be that entrepreneur that creates solutions for those that are looking to be creative and take their mind off of that uh, in social injustice?
Well, I'd say that business is actually going to be the thing to create the social justice, right? So, what I challenge everybody to do is just really think of, again, how can your business make an impact around the social justice reform? Because at the end of the day, they're not going to do it for us, right? We have to take the reins and do it ourselves. And we can by starting and building businesses in our communities, but also holding each other's hand and standing firm on, you're not going to do any police brutality in this zone, right? This is all Black businesses, they're thriving businesses. And again, we have the financial power to monetize and get behind whoever in this community wants to run for a political position, who wants to be that next lieutenant in that precinct. We have the means to do it. And it's just a matter of, again, having that in mind with your business. Like, build your business up to have the power to have a voice and make the change and do it within their action. So even like for NUMAG, we have a political situation where we're a part of the prison reform. So again, part of the reason why I started NUMAG and all of my other previous businesses was, again, to help people. And I was inspired by my brother, who had unfortunately passed away in the federal penitentiary system. So again, having that in mind, that fuels me to create the change. So however we can do it, we're going to do it.
That's amazing, and that's kind of what I was going to tap right into is that the social injustice and the police brutality that we see today is so unfortunate, yet it's motivating as well to make change. And I know something that hits home for you is that personal story of a sibling that passed away within the prison system. And I wanted to ask you how pivotal and how important it is to be a part of that change that we are seeing in our community today.
Oh, it's extremely important to me. Like, it's not something that I look at lightly. It's something that I feel like, again, is like my duty to do it. I don't think that anybody's going to come and get justice for my brother or my family. You know, it's a matter of I want to get justice for him, but also for all the other thousands and hundreds of thousands of families who have suffered and their voices were silent. So again, if I'm in a position to where me and my team are in a position of power to where we're helping build thriving businesses and small businesses at that, we can all lobby behind each other and say, okay, hey, what is your initiative? Let's create a fund and help this, or whatever the case may be. We can actually mobilize and do something about it and not just talk.
You're also a podcast host as well. Tell us
Yeah.
about the podcast that you host.
Yeah, so the podcast that we host is called Alpha Talk. Alpha Talk. Pretty much, the show is about talking from an alpha perspective, from a male and female standpoint, with my co-host, King Reg, and we're really going over current events, relationships, even tapping into some of the things that we've dealt with like childhood traumas, family bonds, and all those different aspects, and really talk about what are solutions or how did you grow through those problems, right? I think a lot of times we kind of forget that we've all experienced a lot of the same problems, but we never talk about, well, how did you get through that? Or we never share like, well, this is something that I'm kind of still struggling with. Can you help me? So it allows, us to be vulnerable and share with our audience, but also get them to kind of get some insights as to what may be currently going on in their lives.
Yes, I think that's an amazing idea, amazing conversation that needs to be had. If you are listening right now to this conversation, please go check out that podcast. How has the world of podcasting transcended your vision and perspective as a CEO and founder?
Podcasting is a way really to just connect with your audience on a deeper level. So, again, a lot of our business has come from relationships, leveraging relationships, and building relationships with our clients. And so, with podcasting, it allows you to build a relationship. Even though you're doing most of the talking, you're still building a relationship because you're allowing people in and you're allowing people to relate and get to know you. And with that, it draws more people into where they're like, I like that person. I want to support everything that that person does. And it really, again, it gets people to lobby behind you and be a part of your story, or say, hey, can you be a part of my story and help me along this journey of mine? So I think podcasting is really an amazing way to create content, but also really connect and build that relationship with your audience.
That's dope. I think that that's super, super cool. And you talk about connecting, building, and supporting. What new projects and events do you have coming up within the near future?
Yes, so we have an event coming up. It is going to be in September, and it's going to be called the Profits Only Marketing Strategy. So, again, we're focusing on profits, building profitable businesses all 2020 and thereafter. So, we're really focusing on how can you build a profitable business from your marketing strategy with little to no resources, which is going to be big because a lot of people are like, oh, I need $1,000 for Facebook ads. I need this, I need that. And really, you don't. You just need you. We're going to show you how to leverage you.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm super excited to see how you grow, how you develop, and how you just mature over time. You know, even at a young age, you're doing great and amazing things. It's great to see Black queens taking advantage of these times and building brands and businesses that can last a long time. So I appreciate your brand and your business.
Yes, definitely. So you guys can find me on Instagram at official_Julia CEO. That's JuliaCEO. You can find me on Twitter, Julia CEO. Facebook, Julia CEO. I'm very accessible. So if you DM me, message me, like I got you. You can go to our website at NUMAG, that is NUMAGGRP.com. And feel free to book a strategy session with me and let's talk. It's just conversation.
That's amazing. Yes, yes, yes. Well, you all heard it here first. Thank you, Julia C, the CEO, for joining the Cuts interview series sponsored by
Thank
the
you.
FAMCO.